Guys, I just got cut off there. Got cut off from my part, but I want to talk to you guys and finish this thought. So, talking with Freddy, how do you think you're going to support a family on $2 a day? Like, what future does that hold for you? And you know, I took this journey across the country, and my mindset was troubled to knowing just the unknown that's ahead, right? And at the end of the day, I knew I was going to be gone at most 5 months, and I'd be back home to family and friends. And it just got me thinking. You know, again, a lot of people I know, a lot of us have opinions, and we base it upon things that we have no knowledge of, I guess. And I guess what the challenge I want to give you all out there is, what would you be willing to do? What would you be willing to risk if your future was working for $2, $3, $4 a day? All right. It's mind-boggling in this day and age, in this world, and again, I'm sure there are people in other countries that would die to work for $2, $3 a day. But it's hard to comprehend, coming from, you know, my background and my friends' backgrounds. You know, if we were working for $2 a day, 10, 12, 14 hours, you know, what would we risk? Would we risk coming over a border? You know, we now judge these folks and say, look, come in legally. But I don't know anything about the process. I don't know if it's a 2-week, a 2-year, or maybe a never process. I don't know. But I have a different perspective now before I judge somebody who risked their life to try to get into our country, legally or illegally. I'm not saying I'm condoning it. I'm saying I have an understanding as to why somebody would take that risk. I also have an understanding why our country and our president wants people to follow the legal channels. So I understand the legal channel aspect of it. But again, that got me to thinking as I started walking after I had lunch with Freddy about, you know, the unknown. Like I said, I have an unknown for a day, but I know that somewhere along the line I got a phone call home if I need to, in an emergency. I'm thinking about the people that used to take rafts over from Cuba not too long ago. And then taking a step further, I'm thinking about our ancestors that came over from Europe. I mean, you hear the stories, but we don't know what they are in this day and age. We grew up with a lot of, I mean, maybe not wealthy, but we grew up with things at our convenience. I mean, these folks, I know I'm bouncing up and down here. I got told I have Parkinson's sometimes. But think about the sacrifices that your ancestors made. Think about the sacrifices my ancestors made. You know, think about modern day. I mean, my ancestors came over here in the early 1900s. You know, we're 120 years later, and we've still got people willing to risk everything to get over here. You know, I've never been in a position to work 15 hours for $2 a day. I couldn't even imagine. So I certainly have a different perspective as to why somebody would risk that. It's not like they're leaving a decent life to come get a little bit of a better life. They're leaving really, really tough conditions. So I don't know what I'd be willing to do in that circumstance, and that's kind of the challenge I'm asking you guys today, is and just take a pause for a minute as you look around your home, at your family, at your car, and just take a look and say, God, could you imagine what it'd be like to have that same family and try to maintain that home on $2 a day? So anyway, so Freddy, much love to you. Thank you for waiting 20 minutes for me. Thank you for recognizing that I'm just a human in need, and not being afraid to offer me a lift. I would have loved to have spent more time with you and probably taken you up on that ride to Albuquerque. He did tell me, he said exit 356, I think, in Albuquerque, or mile 356. He said that's the restaurant you want to get to when you get out there. Anyway, but so I'm in Texas, about a half a day ahead of schedule. I'm going to be okay, guys. Just want to tell you I love yous. Thank you for following. Kiara, Landing, and Grace. I will talk to you guys a little bit later. And love you. Take care now, guys. Thanks.